you guys to record it as well. And so that's likely what that means. And feel free to try, Robert, and then report back. I don't mind. Okay. So chat. Okay, let me just look real quick. Dory, I don't think that that's accurate, because Dory says that her daughter says the 40-minute limitation has been waived, maybe for teachers. That could be for teachers, but for the rest of the world, no, we're getting kicked out. So good for Zoom though, for giving them that access. I think that's wonderful, but the rest of us, we don't get that. Okay, Dory also says that she would like the recording. So let me tell you how to chat to me. So if you do want the recording, I can get that to you. The next box, the bottom of your laptop, hover down, and you've got chat. And Helen, I skipped over you, so I'll get right back to you. If you click that chat button, you'll notice on the right-hand side, a little extra window pops up. And by the way, each of these buttons, consider them like a toggle, on, off, on, off. So for example, if you had clicked on participants much earlier in the call, you're probably still looking at that list at the top right of your screen. If you click on participants again, it'll turn it off. So click participants, it'll turn it on. Click it again, it'll turn it off. So if it's annoying you that you're not seeing your full chat room, just toggle whatever you want on and off. Same with chat. You can hit chat, it'll open up the chat window. If you don't want to see it, hit it again, it'll turn your chat window off. And that's, so in chat, you'll see it opens up a big window of text, and you'll probably notice that there's a lot of conversation that in blue, it has the person's name, and then it says to everyone. At the bottom, at the very bottom, before it says type a message here, it says to, and by default, it probably says everyone, but if you click the little arrow, you can private chat with anyone in this room.
Oh, nice.
Look at all of you guys learning.
Hi, everybody.
You're all in the same space.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I would caution is if you're going to private chat and you're in a big group, double check before you hit send that you really are on private. Because I saw someone say, she won't shut up in a meeting, and it went to everybody. It wasn't me.
Oops.
It wasn't me, but just make sure that you, and in red, so if you want to try it right now, drop the little drop down arrow and pick anybody else. You don't have to write a message. But now next to their name, it says in red, privately. So it's letting you know not everyone is going to see your message. And when I send this chat link, you're not going to see any of the private messages. You'll just see the everyone messages. Okay? And with that, if you move it back to either everyone or me and write yes, I can, and actually put your email address, because I realize I won't have your email address. So if you would like this recording of the training, if you can put your email address in the chat room now, I'll make sure that I send it to you once I get it on YouTube. It probably will be tomorrow.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now you can type the message.
okay, here we go.
Great. I'm getting some privately, which is perfect. Okay, and I'm getting some publicly, which is perfect as well. So great.
Sarah, what's the cost for Zoom?
Very affordable. So $14.95 per month, $14.95 per month, or I just downloaded 1 year and I found a code online and I got it for $120 for the year.
Okay.
So it's affordable.
Thank you.
And I did hear one participant in a chat box during, this is the 4th or 5th training I've done. They said that Zoom is actually going to take away the free version because of the demand right now. And I don't know that that's true. I haven't seen any other source that confirms that. I'm not that concerned about it, but just know that even the paid version is, relatively speaking, it's cost effective. But I wouldn't recommend anyone get the paid version unless you're finding that you're getting sick and tired of being knocked out at 40 minutes. But I went this long without having it. I was on the phone with a coaching client this morning and it'll tell me you've got 10 minutes remaining and it cut us out and I had to call him and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I mean, my session with him paid for the year. So I just got the upgrade, but I wouldn't recommend that you need it really.
Oh.
Okay. Lastly,
Nice to ask a
reactions.
question.
Oh yeah, Helen, I keep ignoring you. Let me
that's-
address you.
And I was going to say two things. YouTube probably has some tutorials.
Yeah.
So if you go onto YouTube and Google, Zoom tutorial, you might find something. And then I was wondering, if I have a class of 30 versus a class of 60, is there a break point to where the images get so small that it's counterproductive to try to handle it all?
Great, really great question. So what we're looking at now, we have 22 participants. This is the smallest that the boxes get, meaning that in one home screen that we're looking at, Zoom will put 25 people. Then the next 25 people will go in, you'll see on the right-hand side of your screen, it'll say page 1 of 2, or page 2 of 3, or 3 of 4. And the confusing thing, I think it's confusing, but I think maybe it's also good. So let's say we had 26 people in this room. I would think that I would see the 25, and when I hit page 2, I would see one person, or maybe me and one person. And this is assuming you're in gallery view. But what actually happens is when you go to page 2, it fills it with 25 people. So it wants you to always see a full room. Okay, so as a participant, I don't find it too distracting when the room's that big. I'll just, sometimes when I'm bored or curious, I'll scroll through the rooms when I'm a participant, just like scoping people out. As a host, I think it would be challenging to manage a room of more than 25 or 50.
Sure.
I think you can do it. There's one other really great, and Laura, I do see your hand raised, so I'll get in just a second. There's one other really, really awesome function that I don't really talk about in my training because I'm kind of doing more of the basics. But if you are, for those of you that have students, Cheryl, Helen, if you are operating a big room and you want them to do a breakout session, you want to put them into groups, smaller groups, so they can talk to each other and bring them back. As the host, I can go to manage participants. Oh, I hope I'm in the right space here. And I can, I'm trying to make sure I'm doing it right, but I can send you all off into private groups. I wish I could test it right now, but I honestly haven't used the feature as the host, so I'll figure out how to do that. It's so cool though. I can send you guys into private rooms. I can set it 4 people in a room. So I can give you an assignment to go together right now and talk about what the best thing you learned in this call, and then bring you back to finish the call up. I'm really bummed I can't do it, but that's okay. We don't really need to get into that now. Okay, so yeah, of course. And then the last little, I skip over pause, stop recording. You see that there? Or actually, I think that might only be as the host. You guys probably don't see pause, stop recording? No. Okay, so the next one is reactions. That's easy. That's just up there now on my video. I've made a hello and a thumbs up. So if you just click a reaction, like if you're really enjoying the conversation without unmuting yourself, you can go up and just acknowledge people that you're enjoying the conversation or just participating.
I don't, oh, like that? I don't see it. I just see yours.
Who's talking right now?
Cheryl, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm trying. Oh, there you go. You can't see reactions?
No.
You're
no,
on an
not
iPad,
even
though.
under. Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Francine, iPad, do you know?
iPad, so I tapped on more, and there's 2 reactions. It's a hand and a thumbs up.
Oh, at the top,
And
I see.
At the
Yeah.
top. Yeah, those are the only 2 reactions we get, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, good.
It's like a hello
got it.
and then a thumbs up. So
Got it.
yeah. Laura,
Both
you have
positive
your little
ones.
hand raised.
Positive.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can.
Thank you. I believe earlier you said when we sign up for an account, we would get a room number.
Right.
Okay. I wrote down, I have a personal meeting ID number. Is that the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you said you can send it to people to join you. So if I were to send that number to some friends or students, do I tell them, go to zoom.com, enter this? Or, I mean, how does that work?
Yeah,
What's-
of course. So, and I'm going to pull it up, and while I'm pulling that up, I'm going to let you guys know that I have to wrap this up in the next like 3 minutes because I've got to go get my little guy. I lost track of time here, unfortunately. But where you get what you send them, let me pull it up here. So I was trying to do it earlier and I couldn't find it fast enough. I'm going to put it in the chat room. So this is my room number, the us04web.zoom.us/j/. And then that's the same for everyone. So what you would send them is that first part that I just posted and then your digits. Or another way to find it, Laura, is if you are on the Zoom website and you click on your account, which for me, I have my photo loaded there. So that's, that was Dory that asked that early. Dory, you asked earlier, you don't see a photo when you have your video turned off. And that's because at zoom.com, I've uploaded my photo. I'm looking at that now. Let me just share my screen real quick so you guys can see what it is I'm doing. That would have been a more efficient way to do this. Okay, so I am on my Zoom account.
Ah, okay.
And this is the website. This is not the app. So you can use the website. And over here, see, you can schedule a meeting. You can join a meeting. So if you want to tell someone else to join your meeting, you would click on join a meeting. And this is where you would put their ID in. So mine, here's where it's good to know my ID or whatever your ID is. That's one way that they can access you. Another way is if you click on, I have a picture here, you might not, it might just be like the default little profile picture. But if you click on that, it puts you into here. This is your gold mine. This is your number, your personal meeting ID or your room number. This is your link. So if you send that to whoever you want to join in the room, they'll get it. Now, I can't show you on the app because what it won't let me do is share my screen on the app. Well, here, I can show you this, but if I click this, it's just going to pop me back into the meeting. But when you're on the app, this button here says like start a meeting. And what you can do, there's usually a little drop down, like that little arrow there, or the little arrow that Zoom likes. You'll see a little arrow, it'll say start a meeting, and it'll have a little arrow. And if you click that, it's going to give you two choices. It's going to either say copy ID or copy invitation. What you want is copy invitation, because the copy invitation, let me show you what that looks like. We're going to jump into my email for a minute. Hopefully I don't have any angry emails. No. The copy invitation is going to send you the block that looks like this, which is more helpful in my opinion because it has the actual link. Copy ID is only going to send you these digits. And if you're trying to invite somebody who may not be as technically savvy, or to be honest, I'm not always technically savvy. I don't want just the digits half the time. I want to just know the URL. So if you click copy invitation, I'll put that in the chat room, then you're going to get this full little block right here. And this is what you want to send to whoever you want to send a meeting to. Okay? So let me put that again. It's when you're in the app, it's copy invitation. That's what you would want. So
Okay. Like you did an open door and Nextdoor rather.
right.
I think you had that little link.
The copy invitation, yeah. So I have to cut this out. I do apologize, but my kid's daycare will be not happy with me if I don't go get him. What I would like to do, if you put your email address in there, I will